Thanks. I want to shift our attention now back to the polls. A new Roanoke College poll has Trump and Biden tied in the state of Virginia, a blue state who has voted Democrat in every presidential election dating back to 2008. Meanwhile, President Trump is also focused on the upcoming congressional primary in the state, which will take place on June 18th, just in a few weeks, putting his support behind State Senator John McGuire, who looks to beat out two-term Congressman Bob Good. Yeah, this is actually a really interesting story in a state where Biden and Trump are essentially tied right now, heading into November. Joining us now for more, Virginia State Senator John McGuire. John, great to have you on this morning. Tell me first, what did the Trump endorsement mean for you and your campaign?
Oh, it's really huge. I mean, this is like a 77, 80% Trump district. Before, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we did a poll that was requested by the Trump campaign, so we had to follow their instructions. It had us up 14 points, and I can only imagine that with the Trump endorsement, you got a bump. So we've got our foot on the gas, and, Trump, he has earned the right to call the shots. He deserves a team that's going to support his America First agenda. We've got to get him in November, and then we've got to support that America First agenda so we can save America. But in all reality, this state has not voted for a Republican nominee for president since George W. Bush, 2004. Do you think there's a real chance that Trump flips this state? I think so. I mean, Ronald Reagan and Trump, they're all about building a coalition. And you can probably see across the country, the best advertisement for Trump back in the White House is the last 3 years of Biden. America Last, Marxist policies are just destroying our country, everything that we fought for. And, you've got Governor Glenn Youngkin's on board. You've got, we've even got independents that have never voted Republican saying that they're going to vote Republican. So Governor Youngkin won Virginia. He's a Republican governor doing a great job. He's partnered with Trump and everybody else. So all of us are going to lock arms and win in November. Yeah, if Trump somehow takes Virginia off the map on November the 5th, that's the election right there. And it's close. The margins are razor thin. We'll see how the verdict plays a role in the polls that come out this week. But he's tied with Biden in places like Minnesota and New Hampshire, where Republicans typically do not win. Let me talk about your race. You're challenging an incumbent member of Congress, Bob Good. Trump has now endorsed you. In fact, he told Bob Good not to talk about him on the campaign trail. Why are you trying to take out Congressman Good? Well, I got to tell you, I'm in the state Senate, and I've been in the General Assembly for 6 years. I've got the highest award for conservatism often. I got it again this year. I got Policymaker of the Year this year. I've been with Trump since he came down the escalator. In 2016, when Trump won the primary, we should all rally behind Trump and help him beat Hillary Clinton. My opponent was on social media trashing Trump in the general election. Fast forward to 2022. He begged Trump for an endorsement. And then less than a year later, when the chips were down, and you know who's got your back when the chips are down, when he got indicted for this ridiculous stuff that went over the last 5-6 weeks, back in May last year, he endorsed DeSantis and went all over the district saying that Trump wasn't pro-life, wasn't pro-gun, wasn't a conservative, said that he was the only man on earth that would lose to Biden, trashing him. Then when DeSantis dropped out of the race, he endorsed Trump right away and went on CNN. And on CNN, I'm going to abbreviate, the woman said, "You've been trashing Trump." And he said, Bob Good said, "I have not been trashing Trump." And then she played a video and she said, "Is that not your face?" He said, "Yes, but I wasn't trashing him in public. I was trashing him in private." And I think we're all sick and tired of politicians who say one thing in public and another thing in private. He can't be trusted. President Trump told me in 2 different phone calls on Tuesday he cannot trust Bob Good. And an example would be 2 or 3 days ago, his lawyers sent the Bob Good campaign a cease and desist letter because he's tricking people with these Trump Good signs all over the district. He told them to take his name off of everything, and Bob Good's response was, "I'm not going to do it." So he's got a history of defying Trump, and if we get him back in there in November, he's going to put marbles under President Trump's feet as he tries to pass the American First agenda. He can trust me. He can't trust Bob. We can't trust Bob Good. And I've got an A rating with NRA, a perfect 6-year pro-gun voting record with some of the most hard-hitting pro-gun legislation. I actually passed a pro-life bill this year that got signed into law by Governor Glenn Youngkin. So the difference between the two of us is a Navy SEAL, as a veteran, we know how to build a team, we know how to lead, and we know how to win. And I got to tell you, not in a million years would I say I'm on the Republican team and partner with the Democrat team to take out the Republican team. I think my opponent is on the Bob Good team.
All right. Senator, great to have you on this morning. We appreciate that. Good luck to you. Your primary, I believe, June the 18th is the Virginia primary. We'll be watching what happens there. Thank you.
Hey, God bless you. Thanks for having me on.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.